y'all, this is Queen Me Tata if you're new here. And if you read the title of this vlog, title of this vlog, it says I want to quit my job. I've been wanting to quit since 2019. And it is 2022. And it's changed my mental. It changed my mental. Like, literally. I am an engineer. That's all I'm gonna say, for a company. I never felt like I belonged there. I never felt like I belonged there. Not because of the color. I don't know. Maybe it's the color. But I don't feel like I belong there. I've always been alone, even before work from home, per se. When I first got there in 2018, I'm new. They had me in a building by myself. Like, it was other people, but no one did work on the same material that I work on. So I'm there by myself, literally. People had two guys that came. One come like Monday and Wednesday. The other one come Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday or something like that. And they are all in separate departments. I mean, not separate departments, separate sites. I'm in a different site. They're at a different site. So we were never together. Then they had some money so I can get on the site with one of the guys. He teach me this stuff. I'm gonna tell you the truth. That stuff did not click then. That's when I should have left. And nope, let me go back. So before I went over there with him, they sent me off to Oklahoma City where everyone else worked. That's where the whole team worked. So yeah, my boss was in Oklahoma City then. So they took me there, let me meet everybody, met some Skiggy folks because I graduated from Tuskegee, and we call it Skiggy if you're not a Skiggy person. But they took me there for a week and a half or 2 weeks. I asked the head manager. He said, "Do you like it here?" I said, "No." I cried in that hotel. The food was nasty. I hated it there that whole time. The work was boring. The only time I had fun is when we had like this little girls' night on Wednesday. Like, there were some young people my age there. I don't have that here in Huntsville. So it was people my age, people I've gone to school with, never met them, but I've gone to school with them. Like, we graduated around the same. Now, some started before me, but yeah, we all clicked. I don't talk to none of them now, but we clicked while I was there. But Mike, I'm sorry, I do talk to folks. My homeboy Mike, he from Tucson, Selma. He from Selma. He went Tuskegee. Anyway, that's the only person I still talk to. Then once I lived there, I stayed in Huntsville for a week, and all of a sudden he told me, "Bloop, time for you to go to Washington." Nope, it was after Thanksgiving. He's like, "You need to go to Washington." So I went to Washington, stayed there for 3 months, enjoyed my time there. The work was nice. Worked with people my age, people not my age. We all clicked. I don't know how, but we clicked. Why am I doing this? No, if you book. No. But anyway, well, we all clicked. I still talk to them, and sometimes I talk to them. Anyway, I still talk to them. We all clicked. None of them, we all worked in the same thing. All of them left. All of them left except two. That's me and another person. All of them left. They didn't like the work either, so they are doing the same work that we were doing in Washington. Man, I was like, and then the manager was like, "Everybody can stay, but Tynese, you must go back." I mean, I just said, everyone could stay but me. I had to go back to Huntsville and work with this guy. And when I got there, he working in an old building. It's cold in there. They cannot have heat. And it was February because I got back January 29th. It was so boring. He's talking to me, and then at first he was being nice, and then all of a sudden he started getting annoyed by me, and I'm getting annoyed by him. And I'm begging managers, like, please, can you get me out of this? Can I go back doing something else? Please, please. And they was like, oh, just be patient. Just be patient. Your time coming. And then months after months, the managers are changing. They're changing positions to left to right. They can leave. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here like, dang, man, when is my turn? When is my turn? Like, and then, like, I'm going to these meetings were all day. When I say some days it will be 9 o'clock to 6 p.m. I'm not staying that long to work. My brain shuts down at 3 o'clock, and then I'm going to give you to 3:45 at least. So, anyway, stuff started getting bored. And then 2019, yeah. So April, I was from April to July. Honey, I was drinking every day. Stella Rosa. Like, that is bad. I'm drinking every single day. I'm crying in the parking lot. Like, I hate this job. I'm like, man, please get me out of this. Something got to change. And when I'm saying that, lo and behold, in August, I found out I'm pregnant. So I got to stop the drinking because I'm pregnant. So I'm like, man. So that gave me a leeway. Like, so after I found out I was pregnant, I went to work, and the guy I was working with, he was like, you need to do this and you need to do that. And I'm like, why? He talking to me any kind of way. And I had just found out I'm pregnant. I'm first time pregnant, and you all talking to me any kind of way. And he had pneumonia. And I'm like, and he was all in my face. And some days he will jump in front of me saying, did you do that work? And I'm like, and then it was hard because the color of my skin, if you act out, they will blame it on you. That's all I'm gonna say. So I just left. And then my pregnancy was so horrible in the beginning. I didn't go. And I told my manager, like, I was in the hospital. I wasn't in the hospital. I was in the ER, bleeding and stuff, throwing up. So I just was on bed rest. So finally, I did that till they changed my manager to a lady, same race as the guy. And then, like, the manager, I told the manager, like, I did not want to work with that guy no more. Period. I'm not working with him anymore. And he told the manager how he didn't want to work with me no more. And both of us were frustrated. It was blah, blah, that stuff. Like, he said he don't want to work with me. I said I don't want to work with him. And then later on, like, when I said I was on bed rest, the manager of that building that he works with, he asked me to leave. So, like, he needed this. And I was like, cool. And then I left that one, and they put me in another group. Same work, different group. And I said the lady manager was over it. Same race as the other guy. And she was like, when I was pregnant with twins, I came to work. Your race and my race, and we're different people at that. We're different people. Everybody's pregnancy is not the same. It's not. But she was like, I came to work and you have to go to work. So I went to work February 2020. Cried those 28 days. I cried. My mama then was telling me I need to calm down before I had my baby early. I hated that place. I didn't even have a desk. They had me working in the break room or something. They told me, oh, you cannot work there, blah, blah, that. But y'all didn't have nowhere for me to go. And then first week of March, they had me back at where I started at, but in a different room. And that was when Corona happened. Oh, that's when the C word first started, because I think you can't say that word on here. The pandemic first started. And then I stayed there for 2 weeks, and then my body said I cannot go. So I said, look, the day that they shut everything down, I told her that day in an email that I cannot come. And then they got shut down, so everybody had to go home and work. So I worked at home until I had my baby. And then during the time I'm off, she's texting me talking about, Tanisha, what you, did you bring your laptop home? Like, lady, we're in a pandemic. Of course I took my thing home. Well, they need your desk. See, I told you, I've never been in a, how can you say it? I've never been in like my own space, like no desk. I never dressed up this like people like I see on TV or other people cubicle. Never got comfortable. I've never been comfortable at this company. I've never been comfortable. I've told her I have my laptop with me, and then she's like, oh good, we're gonna move you when you return back to what's called. I'm like, okay. I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about how to be a mama. And then when I returned back to work, I was 3 months pregnant. No, I was pregnant. 6 weeks pregnant, 7 weeks. I had a nervous breakdown. I suffer from postpartum. Like, I really do. I had a nervous breakdown going back into that job because that manager said something to me, how you need to speak up and you need to do this, you need to ask questions. But the issue is when you ask questions, they do not answer it. So it'd be pointless of you asking a question because they're not going to answer the question. So it's pointless, you know, and they don't answer it correctly. Or yeah, like she was like, you need to do this, you need to do that. And I was like, you know what? It was too much. Like, I'm trying to function as being a first-time mom. I'm trying to function as being pregnant again. I'm trying to function how to be a mom, pregnant, and working. I was trying to figure out everything. I worked through it. I said, hey, you need money so you can buy formula for your baby. You working because you gotta pay to go to the doctor for your new baby. So I'm like, hey, you gonna work. You gonna work until you get there, until you get on maternity leave again. Then you good, girl. You good. So it failed. So I'm gonna have to hold it. So yeah, so I pushed myself and I pushed myself until I got to have my baby. And then my mom was like, don't go back. Like the whole time, but I didn't have time to prepare not to go back. So the whole time, you know, I probably be thinking about having 2 babies and getting prepared for a new baby. I'm like, oh, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back to this job. Oh, I don't want to go back. So when June hit, I'm texting the manager because they didn't tell me if they were back in the office or not. So he never texted me back. So I just logged in July 21st. That's the worst day ever to me, July 21st. Because I did not want to go back there. I was applying to jobs. Never got no call back. But when I came back, I was like, I do not want to be here. the material, I don't care how many times that I can read the stuff, I will just copy. I'm saying it won't click. And then I thought about it. I failed this course in school, in college. I failed it. I failed physics too. I failed electromagnetics. I failed that class. The first one, I failed it. I failed the second, physics. So keep that in mind. So when I got back after having Gigi, the new man I work with, he's the same race as that old manager. So now I have a new manager. He's the same race as me. And I got him in November 2020. And then, but anyway, he's the same race as the manager in 2020, at the beginning of 2020. He talks to me like October. No, he tells me, you don't put no effort in it. Y'all, some nights I'm up all night doing this work, not understanding nothing. I'm just trying to follow. They told me to follow the other work, you know, follow what they do and do it like that. Do that. Why are you copying and pasting? I'm not copying and pasting. I'm just typing what they saying, because it says that in the document. It says that on that old worksheet. So I'm writing it. You need to write better than it. Blah blah. You need to write. You know, wrong. Every time I turn something wrong. Blah blah this. You need to do this and you need to do that. Stop doing that. Why are you messing up the template? Why? I'm not doing nothing like that. So now I'm just some nights I'm hyperventilating because I'm like, I don't want to go back in the next morning. Nowadays, it seems like my heart is coming out my chest. I had a panic attack before Christmas. I jumped, my skin like jumps when someone emails me. I don't know what to do. So I've been praying. I had a dream in December that I took the badge, I took the laptop back to the company and left. Now in November, I sent my boss a resignation letter, then took it back in December. Had that dream in December. This week, I had a dream that vampires were chasing me. And the dream says on Google, you're trying to hide the true you. But I'm gonna tell y'all, during the paternity leave of Gigi, I learned how to craft, y'all. I can craft something I learned in 15 minutes. Seriously, I could design something. If it's something I see on YouTube, I can catch on like that. I do this stuff for 2 years. And I cannot catch on to this. I don't like the fake talking when I was in the building. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell y'all. When I worked on the base, when I came back from Washington and I worked on the base, I did not talk for 8 to 10 hours to nobody. They was like, she don't talk. She doesn't say it. I have nothing to say to y'all. I'm not interested in y'all conversations. I was the youngest person there, so I have nothing to talk about. So I sat there from 6 to 3:40 something, not talking. Wouldn't say a word. And somebody told me that was unhealthy. And then I realized about 2 months ago, I don't want to be an engineer. I realized I became an engineer because I wanted to have something coming with my dad because he's an electrician. That didn't happen.